Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Aaron, I heard the Bobcats did a phenomenal job last night at their game. Yeah,
they did win 2-1 over the Pontiacs, first win against them this season. Coach Curran said this was the best he's seen from his team so far this season. I'll have the highlights next.
That's awesome. And Shauna, it feels like July, not fall out there today.
It was fantastic.
Well, it
was, yes. And I've got some great news. There's more of that coming for tomorrow. But yes, let's take a look across Lloydminster right now. We're sitting at a balmy 29 degrees and really no precipitation to speak of for this evening. And how does that compare to the Midwest, Lakeland, and Battlefords? Lots of sunshine. And look, a balmy 30 degrees right now in the Battlefords. So with all this sunshine, how long is it going to last? I'll have your full weather forecast coming up a little later on.
An 18-year-old male from the Marsden district is dead after being ejected from a pickup truck early this morning. Cut Knife RCMP say at about 4:40 a.m. the vehicle was heading east on Highway 40, approximately 8 kilometers west of Neilburg, Saskatchewan. When it entered a ditch on the south side of the highway, struck another vehicle and rolled. The other male in the truck was taken to hospital with undetermined injuries. The victim's name will not be released and the collision remains under investigation at this time. Organizers of an annual tea, bazaar, and bake sale fundraiser are feeling blessed to have had so many supporters this year. Held at the Masonic Temple, proceeds for the event will go to a charity of their choice. Victorian lace decorated the room, accenting this year's theme of a moment in time.
A moment in time is knowing where you are at that moment in time, and that every moment is your moment to enjoy.
A variety of crafts, baked goods, raffle baskets, and a Chinese auction. All the proceeds for this fundraiser will go to a charity of
like Handy Van, Rescue Squad, and then we do national like heart and stroke and cancer, of course.
This year's pick by the worthy Grand Matron and patron of the Grand Chapter in Saskatchewan helps children.
Each year it's different. This year it is Ronald McDonald House, and so we contribute in any way that we can.
Next weekend, the group will hold their annual church parade at Grace United. Turning to sports now with Aaron Streck. The Bobcats went head-on-head with their rival team last night, and it turned out really, really well for them.
Yeah, it seemed, Kathy, like the Bobcats, the first couple times they met the Pontiacs, just seemed like something was out of sort.
Yeah.
Last night, it seemed like right from the opening puck drop that they were ready to play. The Bobcats opened this season with back-to-back one-goal losses to the Pontiacs in home games. The Cats and Ponts met again last night at the Civic Center for round 3. This time around, the Orange and Black weren't going to let Bonnyville push them around. Tyler Briggs between the pipes for the Cats in this one, his first start against the Ponts this season. The Cats, they strike first on the power play. Corey Chisholm feeds Josh Atkinson in front. Curtis Honey stops his first shot, but Atkinson roofs the rebound, 1-0 Cats. They add 2 at 6 minutes into the second. Jeff Lorenz on the partial break rips it glove side on Honey. Bobcats up 2-0. 10 minutes later, the Ponts finally get one by Briggs. Mackenzie McAvoy over to Blake Lease. His blast finds the twine. Bonnyville down 1. Late in the second, Cats short-handed by 2 men. Atkinson strips the puck from Kevin Carthy. He's in on the break, but is hooked by Carthy, setting up a penalty shot. Atkinson taking his time, but it doesn't seem to work on Honey, who turns him aside. Lloyd led 2-1 after 40 minutes. In the third, Bonnyville looking for the equalizer. Dante Borelli spots Levi Ansel in front. Briggs makes the initial save, but Ansel kicks in the rebound. Goal is waved off. Tempers flare late in the frame. Briggs makes the stop. Pontiacs crash the net. The Bobcats don't like it. Jeff Lorenz drops the gloves with Levi Ansel and gets a few shots in there, so I give him the win. The Bobcats hold off the Pontiacs. 2-1 is the final.
Penalties killed us again, took the momentum away. Phenomenal job of killing penalties, though. You know, we had a lot of opportunities, 5-on-5. I thought we could have had a bigger lead, but I'm very happy with the performance, the effort, the competing, the battles. There's nothing negative out of this game I'm going to take.
I think we're just starting to become more like a team, playing together, playing for each other, and just doing the little things right, which helps.
Today our systems were perfect today. We started using our forecheck, which was very effective for us. Our D zone was perfect today too. Gave up 19 shots, which was awesome. And Breakstead in there kept us in the game. We needed them.
So another one-goal game here, and I think the biggest difference was our intensity level. I think we had a little more jump the first two nights that we were played against the Bobcats, and we know that it's going to be tight. And
the Bobcats will look to build on last night's victory and their 2-game winning streak when they take on the defending back-to-back Enerflex Cup champion Saints in Spruce Grove tonight. Puck drop between the Cats and Saints is at 7 o'clock. Year in and year out, the Barons and Raiders are favorites to battle it out for the Wheatland Championship. Friday afternoon, the much-anticipated Border City battle had a different feel, as the Raiders headed in undefeated while the Barons were winless. The 3-0 Raiders waste little time getting on the board. 2 plays in, Colton Hippie making his return to Armstrong Field, hands off to Donovan Granum. He gets a block, cuts to the outside, and he's gone 55 yards for the major. And they add to it a couple plays later. Duke Young and Cole Weaver get mixed up. The ball pops loose. Matt Heineck scoops it up and chugs his way into the end zone. 14-zip, 2:20 in. The Barons get it right back, though, on the next play. Young launches it deep to a wide-open Taylor Morton. He beats everyone to the corner, cutting the lead to 7. The Raiders come right back down the field. Hippie inside the red zone hits Mike Holman. It's 21-7. Still in the opening cue, the Raiders go back to the air. Hippie heaves it to Holman. Behind coverage, Nick Pearson can't keep up. 27-7 Raiders running away with it. Jump to the third, Raiders up 42-14. Holman already with 2 majors on the day. Why not make it 3? Fields the kickoff, gallops down the sideline. By the time he gets tackled, he's crossed the line, wholly up 34 at that point. They take the Border City battle handily, 63-21.
They get up 7-0. We got to fight our way back, and our first or second offensive play, we fumble. Turn the ball over to them, and the lineman rumbles in. Just not ready to go. The kids have to get themselves ready to go, and that wasn't it today.
With the number of grade 12 kids we have and senior kids and guys that have been playing football for a long time, that was the start we expected, and really, frankly, we wouldn't have settled for anything less.
We've been just hungry for a win, so winning this on their field, and after all these years and all the tension we have between the two teams with the crosstown rivalry, this is great. This will really be a high point in the season.
Kind of feels good. I was actually thinking about getting a touchdown this game, or getting something, getting a big part of the game, getting a few sacks or whatever. Didn't come up with a couple sacks, but touchdown felt really nice.
The Bantam Football League season just kicked off a couple of weeks ago, and already the year is half over. Both Border City teams had the luxury of playing at home, though, this afternoon. The Chargers hosted the Wainwright Commandos in the early game. Pick it up in the third. Chargers up 19-14. Jamie Rep drops back, guns it down the field. Tyrell Jingle intercepts it, takes it deep into Commando territory, but they can't capitalize. Later in the queue, they do capitalize here. Jingle hands off to Kyle Daniel. He finds a hole up the middle and sprints to the end zone. Chargers stretch their lead to 11. The Commandos come right back. Rep pulls it down and takes off down the far sideline. Rumbling his way into the house, it's 25-20. On Wainwright's next possession, no, this is not a replay. Rep on the run again, cuts from the outside to the near side and finds the end zone for the second time in a row. Commandos take the lead 28-25. With 4 to go, Wainwright's D puts the game out of reach. Jingle is picked off by Aaron Barnes. He takes it all the way for the pick 6. Commandos complete the comeback 36-25.
First 3 quarters were, I thought, a bit sluggish on both sides of the ball, maybe. But it was a really fun game to be part of. I mean, it was back and forth, and at the end there we had a couple good drives and a good interception to end it. So
they were blitzing up the middle, so they took away our middle run game, so we got sweeps going to the outside. But, we were one-dimensional today. I think we tried to throw 2 passes. One was intercepted for a touchdown, and our other one was incomplete.
The Mustangs welcomed the St. Paul Bengals to Armstrong Field today after blowing out Wainwright last weekend, posting over 90 points. They ran up the score again today, shellacking the Bengals 66-0 and improved to 2-0-1 on the year. The Lakeland Rustlers women's soccer program picked up their first win in school history in their first game of the season. After a pair of 4-0 losses, they rebounded last Sunday, improving to .500, shutting out Sept 1-0. While the women, they were back on the pitch this afternoon, hosting undefeated Red Deer. The Queens crowned the Rustlers 1-0, dropping them to 2-3 on the year. As for the guys, they were also playing Red Deer late this afternoon. At this time, I don't have a score for you. All right, that's all the time I have for sports tonight. There is still more news yet to come.